In MS-150 statistics, we use Google Sheets, as seen on the screen, to calculate statistical functions and results. For example, the count function can tell us the sample size of a sample. The mode equals the mode. You'll see if you're working on the app will hint what you may be trying to type, and you can then shortcut that. The median, that's another function. This is up stuff in chapter 2, but this is a way to do statistical homework in this class. Gotta get rid of that extra comma. Picked up a spurious comma, no problem. The sample mean. Now this function will use the average, and we'll be covering this in explanations in chapter 2. I'm just showing you how you do your homework. Use functions. Don't type in answers. Let the functions figure them out for you. That way, if you go back and change data, your functions aren't messed up. Still getting too many commas in there. Yeah, this one equals. Now, if you can't drag, maybe your screen is cracked or broken, you can just type the whole thing in. B2 to B17. Just make sure you're going all the way down to the bottom of your data set when you do this. That one will be a little longer. You can widen that out. Coefficient of variation is going to be equal to this. Just tap on it, divided by this. We use spreadsheets to calculate the answers to these sorts of problems. Get the z-score for 0.53. So I'll grab that 0. I got a parenthesis in this one. We'll hit this later in chapter 2. But I want to show you how I think you should be tackling things this term. Subtract off the mean. There's some hidden digits there you're not seeing. I probably should go back and expose them. That's happens sometimes. Negative 3.333. That's a very large standard deviation. That's highly unusual. That's an unusually low price for that bar of soap relative to the other bars of soap. This one looks like it's rounding off extra, but I'll leave it alone for now. It is some extra digits, but that's all right. It'll still be correct even on a test. That's how we do it. But this is 2026. We can check our answers. If you've done this right, these are the correct answers. But if you haven't done it right, then I didn't undo there. You can check your answers and then determine whether maybe you did something wrong or maybe AI has done something wrong. But you can't just select everything like this and dump it into AI. That won't work. You have to engage AI in a conversation. Here I'm using Gemini, an app on my phone. I'm going to first grab the data here, just the data, and I'm going to copy that data. That's what I did, select and copy. I'm just tapping around on my screen. You can do the whole course on your phone. And I've already put a prompt in to Gemini. I'm going to give you some data and then a list of statistics I want you to calculate for that data. Treat Gemini like an assistant. There are many different. You could use ChatGPT. You could be using Microsoft Copilot. You could be using Anthropic. Drop the data and a list of stats whenever you're ready. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say, there's the data. That's the data. All right. Now it's thinking about it. It's probably trying to do something with it. I'll wait for it. All right, just specifically. Now it's giving me some of the answers already. Notice it's fixed the mean a little bit. It's the same answer, but it's showing me more decimal places. Same with the median. It's showing me more decimal places. And, wow, it's multimodal. It caught that. Each value appears 3 times. So that's really smart because you'll notice back on mine, it didn't tell me it was multimodal. Now notice it's actually given me many of the statistics I was being asked for. And the only other one I'll ask is the specific list. And I'll simply go back to my spreadsheet and tell it, okay, What I want to know is these. And I'm going to do the same trick. I'm just going to copy just the stats. And then I'll come back here and I'll give it the stats, punch it in. And now it'll give me all of those. It should give me all of those. We'll see. So, yes, in the modern world of statistics, people check their work these days with AI. But we know that the AI can sometimes get it wrong. So the sample size is 16. I got that right. You'll notice the mode that was multimodal. The median 1.215, same as before. I got 1.22 because my spreadsheet was rounding to 2 decimals. That's an error in my spreadsheet, actually. I don't really want it to answer. The actual sample mean is 1.23125. We're both rounding off. That's good enough. We're close. 0.2586. So I can go back and check. 0.25. Yep, I got that right. All right, and go back to my Gemini. CV. Now, it's quoting the CV at percentage. That's okay. That's the way it's sometimes done. I usually leave it as a decimal, 0.21, but often 21%. I'm not sure if Moodle will know that it's got a percent after it or not. I tend to think it's safer to use the decimal form, but that's the correct calculation for the CV. Z-score, negative 2.71. So I made a mistake on my CV somewhere, I believe, or they did. So this says negative 2.71. I've got negative 3.3. So let's see what I might have done wrong. E5, that's my mean, 0.53. And E7, which is, oh, see, I made a mistake. That's supposed to be the standard deviation, E6. Check. So I made a mistake. I tapped on the wrong cell, and the AI has helped me catch that. Now, there can be times where I make a mistake in the spreadsheet. I get it right in the spreadsheet, and the AI gets it wrong. So that's where you just have to go back and check your answer. When you differ from the AI, check your answer in your spreadsheet. It's a spreadsheet that you then submit in this class. But the AI allows you to check your answer, see that you've got the right answers in your spreadsheet. That's the recommended way to do this course. Practice using your functions in the spreadsheet. Then use AI as your tutor to help you to check your answers, explain when something you've got different from AI, it's different. You can actually ask the AI questions. That's one of the things AI is really good at. And down here it says it's an unusual or it's unexpected value. A value is generally considered if it's less than negative 2 or more than 2, lying more than 2 standard deviations. That's exactly correct explanation, 100%, since it falls well below the ordinary threshold. So the AI has gotten everything correct. The AIs are getting very good at getting things right. They still sometimes get things wrong. And what happened in the mode? Well, there really were 4 modes in that data. 3 bars of soap, each with the exact same price in that price list. So when you're doing the mode function, it only shows you the first in the ties, the first in the tie being 1.47. It does not show you the rest. There is a function, run it off quick here, equals the mode mult, see it there? And then I've got to go back and tap in my data, check, and then the mode mult will show me all 4 modes. The AI caught that. Now, for this course on tests and quizzes, we'll use the mode function. It keeps life simpler, basically. Also, because having 4 right answers in Moodle is a little complicated, so when we're doing tests and quizzes, we'll stick with the mode function. But the mode mult is available, and indeed the AI has gotten this exactly correct. That's how I recommend tackling homework assignments in this course. Do it in the spreadsheet. It's the spreadsheet that you still submit in the Moodle. That's how you submit assignments, is spreadsheets, although our data explanations will be submitted as slide decks, but I'll be communicating that during the course. But our regular homework, our daily homework, comes in as spreadsheets. AI is a good way to check your answers. Thanks so much for watching.